concept that everyone is entitled to a good education regardless of the circumstances of one's birth. That's why we have public schools. That's why we have state support of higher education. That's certainly a reason why libraries exist and thrive. We all know that the first 3 years are important ones in building a child's development. Libraries offer story times for children from infancy on to help them learn to love words and stories, to build early literacy skills. It's not just children who learn at story times. Parents and caregivers are learning too, about how to get a child's attention, about how to read with interest and enthusiasm, and how to connect words and pictures. A growing area of library use is taking place anywhere but the library. People connect to online library resources to download ebooks, magazines, and reference information to their personal devices. They can connect with the information they need from anywhere, from school, from work, from home, from the park. So, do you believe that in the future, Americans will be rich enough to buy for themselves all of the educational and recreational books and materials that they want or need? And if not, can you imagine that libraries will continue to purchase books and other materials for the community to share and enjoy? I can. Nobody knows the future of the printed book. Its demise has been predicted since I was a graduate student in the 1980s. But whether stories continue to come to us on the printed page, whether they come over the internet or some other new delivery medium, libraries will have a role to play in making sure that all people have access to them. The third enduring quality of libraries that I'd like to address is this: why a democratic nation needs libraries. Libraries are about freedom. Freedom to read anything you want. Freedom to participate in the learning experiences of your choice. Libraries contribute to an informed society. They preserve books and records and provide free and open access to these materials for everyone. If democracies depend on discourse, then citizens must have the ability to discover ideas for themselves and share what they learn and believe with other people. Libraries are safe places where people can come together for dialogue on difficult issues, on community concerns, on news-making topics. Libraries help ensure that our citizens have the opportunity to educate themselves and to contribute to good government, even after their years of schooling are behind them. At the same time, libraries help people to develop the skills they need to be able to find and use information, even as media channels take advantage of ever newer technology. Do you think that we will continue to need a safe place to research and discuss important or controversial issues? Do you think that we will need to continue to educate ourselves freely with unrestricted access to different, even dangerous ideas? I do. Libraries don't just collect and disseminate information. They help people to achieve the literacy skills they need to be able to use and understand it. Why do you suppose it is that extremists and terrorists, from the Nazis in the last century to ISIS today, target books and libraries for destruction? It's because libraries are the places where people go to learn about themselves, about a diversity of ideas and political realities, about the world outside their communities. If your goal is to control a nation, then libraries are dangerous places. Books are potent weapons that have the power to expose and explode propaganda, and to silence big brothers everywhere with the arsenal of ideas. I hope that, like me, you will want thriving libraries in your future. So let me close with that second question that I posed at the beginning of this talk. Why should you care? You were probably told at some point that there is no such thing as a free lunch. There isn't. There's also no such thing as a free public library. Libraries are not free, at least from the perspective of dollars and cents. It costs money to operate a good library, and that money comes from government, local, state, and federal, as well as from contributions from individuals like you. You have the power to ensure that libraries continue to exist and thrive. If you're not registered to vote, please do so as soon as you can. If you have an opportunity to vote for tax support for libraries, I urge you to vote yes. And if you're asked to give your time, your talent, or your riches to support your local library, please jump right in. Think of it as an investment in your freedom, your democracy, and your future. Thank you.